Are you a Seattle homeowner? Are you sick and tired of people knocking on your door, giving you unsolicited texts, calls, asking you to list your home for sale with them as your real estate broker? Or you got real estate investors asking you, you want to sell your home and make X amount of money? If so, well, the Seattle legislation is doing something about it to make this practice illegal. Stay tuned. Hi, my name is Gus Montgomery. I'm a local real estate broker in the greater Seattle area. In today's video, we are but we're talking about an article published by the Seattle Medium, which is one of the largest African-American owned publications in the Pacific Northwest. Foster introduces legislation to protect homeowners from predatory real estate solicitation. Now, due to copyright infringement, I can't read the article word for word, but I'm gonna give you a brief summary of what the article is stating. So basically, Dionne Foster, Councilwoman of Seattle, is trying to pass legislation that will protect homeowners from unsolicited calls, texts, and door knocking. Now, as a real estate broker, I do understand the idea behind door knocking, cold calling. It's a form of lead generation. The premise as a real estate broker is, okay, if I door knock, if I cold call these homeowners, if they sell their home one day, they'll use me as a real estate broker. It's a very common practice. There's also real estate investors who want to buy your home in cash so they can flip it later on. And the origin of this legislation is because hearing from people, especially Black homeowners, that they're getting these phone calls coming in, and we're really seeing it as something on the minimal level is an invasion of privacy, but on the maximum level, it can lead to people getting bad deals for their homes. Now, for those that don't know, neighborhoods like the Central District in Seattle is a historically Black neighborhood, but due to gentrification, there was more and more Black families moving out of the area, so you're losing these legacy homeowners. So Dionne Foster is trying to keep the Black homeownership in places like the CED, so you keep the roots and the history of Seattle intact. The legislation would establish a do not solicit list, allowing homeowners to opt out of unwanted real estate communications. So that's really interesting. There's actually a do not call registry already in place. But the thing is, if you add yourself to do not call registry, if somebody calls you, there's nobody really mandating that registry. But in this article, it's saying that the Seattle legislation is going to create their do not solicit list. So they're the ones implementing the practices. Those who register will be protected under the ordinance, which includes enforcement mechanisms for violations. Now, in this article, it doesn't state what those violations are, but I read other articles about this very topic, and it sounds like real estate solicitors can get fined $1,000, maybe even $2,000, which is pretty significant. So basically, if approved, if you are a Seattle homeowner and you've been bothered by door knockers, texts, callers, you can register on the do not solicit list. And then under the ordinance, if that real estate solicitor contacts you again, they can be imposed fines. I think this is part of the way that we help prevent those predatory practices that we see in real estate from negatively impacting our community. As a real estate broker, especially early on, I have door knocked, I have cold called. It's a very common practice for real estate brokers. And a lot of people get their business just from doing that. Now for me, it's not my cup of tea. I tried it and I realized, you know what? This is not for me. At some point, we all been door knocked, we all been cold called, and nobody likes it. So as a homeowner, I don't want to get bothered. So I get it. As a real estate broker, I get it. You're just trying to chase that check. You're trying to get that money. You're trying to generate business and leads. So I get that part of it as well. A lot of real estate brokers will get upset if this legislation is passed because they're losing a form of lead generation. But real estate as a broker is forever evolving, so they'll find other ways to find leads. My business is mostly on referrals, people that I know, they refer me to their friends and family, so other brokers will evolve as well. And at the end of the day, if this legislation is passed, I definitely see it as a net positive for all homeowners, for Black legacy homeowners in places like this CED. Everybody gets their peace and quiet, and we get less door knockers and cold callers, which is something I think we all can agree is a lot better. Foster said the legislation's success will depend not only on implementation, but also on making sure homeowners know the protections are available. So if you want to read this article in its entirety, SeattleMedium.com has this article. This is the title right here, but really fascinating article. It just dropped on July 1st. It has not been passed yet, but definitely something interesting to keep your eye on. I think homeowners will love to see less door knocking and cold calling. Real estate brokers, we'll get over it. Again, if this legislation is passed, I think it's a net positive for all parties involved. I have ties to the Central District. I worked with the youth out there for numerous years, so I definitely want to see the families stay in the CD, especially with the rich Black history of the Central District. Less phone calls, less door knocking. Real estate brokers, we will adjust. But what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about this legislation being passed? Do you prefer it if you're a real estate broker? What are your thoughts about it? If you like this content, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll continue to provide more value going forward. Until next time.